Hello, this is a quick introduction to logging into Blackboard and using Blackboard for your George Washington University courses. The first thing we're going to do is to go to the GW portal called MyGW. The web address or URL for that portal is my.gwu.edu. When you log into that portal, you'll see a screen that looks like this. You'll notice over in the left-hand side of that screen, there's a link that says Blackboard. So if you have a Windows machine, you'll left-click on that, or if you have a Mac, you'll click on that, and it's going to take you into a login screen. Now your username is going to be the same thing that you use for your email account. This is your George Washington University email account. And your password will also be the same password that you use for your GWU email account. So you have to be sure that you have that information with you if you're a new student and you're not used to using your GW mail accounts. Once you've entered your username here and your password here, of course, you're going to press the login button. Once you've logged into Blackboard, and depending on how many courses you're taking, you're going to see a list that will have whatever courses are that are available to you. In this case, we're only showing one listing. It'll look something like this. You'll click on that listing, and that'll take you into the course itself. This is pretty much what Blackboard's going to look like when you log into it. This is the view that a faculty member gets. The student view will be a little bit different, but pretty much the same. The main thing is to look over here and see what you have in the menus on the left. We have different headings, the gray headings, that show you what kind of items are going to be underneath them. These are the groupings of information, content, communication, and support. What we want to really focus upon are the items underneath the headings, because these are the items that we can click and we can go into course materials. For example, if I left click, or in case of Mac machines, if I click on the orientation start menu or start here item, it's going to take me into a page that starts telling me information about the course. And if you scroll down, you'll get even more course information. And in the case of some of these items, you might be able to click on this heading up here to get into even further material. None of these are clickable links that we're showing right at the moment, but they may be in some cases. Announcements is important because if the faculty member has something that they need to tell you, perhaps something that's come up at the last moment, they'll click on announcements. So always make sure that when you go into Blackboard, the first thing you do is to check the announcements area. Let's click it now. These are the announcements, and you'll notice that we have some important things that are posted in a timely manner. Moving further down our menu, we'll see that there's a link for OLL program information. If we click this, it will come open, and we're going to see that there's some videos here that have been prepared by your faculty for you to watch. Next is the syllabus. This is the important roadmap to what's going to happen in your courses. And here we have a picture of your instructor, Dr. Brown. We're going to not go through each item. We're just going to introduce what's happening in these different places. There's sessions. These are class sessions. There'll be assignment details. And again, you'll click on those to get more information. But let's take a look at discussion board. The discussion board guidelines. Discussion boards are an important part of distance education processes, and we'll conduct those going down to the discussion board itself. Here we have some information about Blackboard participation and what your instructors expect of you. We go to the discussion board. we'll bring that up. It'll show us a little bit about what sort of things are going to happen. We have a section for questions and answers. There's an explanation here. Here's where it's important to note that these little topics in blue, these are the topic areas, are clickable. So if I click on this, it's going to take me into a screen where there may be threads and replies or responses to threads, or I see here that no threads have been created. If I have permission to create a thread and I'm told that I am to create a thread, I'm going to click here. And this will give me an option to go in and put the subject line for the thread. Then I can create my subject, my message down here. If there are attachments that I'm going to put in, I'll put them in here. And then I'll come over here to the Submit button in the bottom right to submit everything that I put in there. We're going to go back again. Let me go back to our discussion board main menu, and keep in mind that there are topics, and then there are threads within a topic, and in some cases you may be encouraged to start your own thread within a topic, and then there are replies to a thread. So your instructor may, for example, post a topic here saying, well, we'll move this down to here. Introduce yourself. This is something we want you to do right at the very beginning. Your instructor has posted this topic to introduce yourself. And when you go in here, after you've read these directions, you will create your own thread about you, and other students will go in and they'll create their own threads about themselves. And then you can go to another student's thread, and if you see that they have common backgrounds or you have common interest, you might want to reply to their thread to say, hello, I live near you, or I went to the same college, or whatever for undergraduate, and establish a sense of community. So that's our discussion board. By the way, these items down here are faculty items. You won't be seeing those. Just focus on the ones that are in blue. So we have a video analysis topics. That's part of your course information. And then support. We have support services, we have tools, and a link for help. That pretty much sums up what's going to be available to you. Have a good semester. If you have any problems, don't hesitate to ask your instructor, and they will either help you out directly or they will tell you how to go about getting help for your problems.